A Fox News host just got owned in the most epic way possible, and the network's love for Donald Trump, not to mention its penchant for spreading false information, just got exposed. Someone call the cops. This is indecent exposure for Fox News. Welcome to Occupy Democrats. I'm David Reddish, coming to you from my brand new studio set. It's a work in progress, but I'm excited to share it with you all. On to our breaking story. As you probably know, the government is currently shut down over a congressional impasse. 34 days have already elapsed, and with no end in sight, it looks like this shutdown is about to become the longest in American history. Much of that owes to the actions of House Speaker and pass-around Republican Party bottom Mike "Tiny" Johnson, who has kept Congress in recess since the shutdown began. Johnson wants to avoid a vote to extend health care subsidies as part of the new budget resolution, something Democrats are standing firm on. He's also delaying seating Congresswoman Adelita Grijalva to avoid the release of the Epstein files. For more on all that, see our other videos here on the channel. Confronted about the seating of Grijalva and the ongoing budget fight, here's what Johnson had to say yesterday.
Seated Representative-elect Adelita Grijalva. There's now a lawsuit about this. They say there's no dispute about her election or her qualifications, and add this. Speaker Johnson wishes to delay seating Ms. Grijalva to prevent her from signing a discharge petition that would force a vote on the release of the Epstein files and or to strengthen his hand in the ongoing budget and appropriations negotiations. Why hasn't she been sworn in? What's your response to the lawsuit?
All this is so ridiculous, and we could take 30 minutes and talk about all this, but Rep-elect Grijalva will be sworn in as soon as we get back to regular session. Remember, it's the Democrats who shut the Congress down, so we can't do that.
Can you not swear her in, though, when you're not operating in regular?
There is a precedent for doing a pro forma session swearing in, but we're not engaging in regular business right now. And what I'm doing is following the Pelosi precedent in the past when she was Speaker, and you had representatives elected during special elections, special situations. When Congress was on recess or out, she would wait until the regular session to do it. I'm doing the exact same thing. But the Epstein thing is a complete red herring. It's a distraction from what's going on right now and them causing harm to the American people with the shutdown. The Epstein estate documents are out. The Epstein files are out.
There's that stench again. The foul, suffocating odor of gas. Mike Johnson just tried to gaslight us all right there. And if you think that's awful, stick around because this story gets even gassier. Johnson has stuck to that insulting and false claim that the Democrats are responsible for the shutdown. They are not. The Republicans have full control. Johnson could call Congress back, seat Adelita Grijalva, and have negotiations to pass a new budget with health care subsidies attached. He has the power to do that and doesn't. The Democrats' only power here is to refuse to vote for anything that doesn't include health care subsidies. So no, Tiny Johnson, don't blame the Democrats. And no, Tiny Johnson, the Epstein files have not been released, and even the most brainwashed member of the cult of Trump knows that. Stop lying, dude. It's just offensive. And as it turns out, if you're sick of Republican lies as much as I am, you are not alone. This morning, Fox News convened a panel of voters to discuss the shutdown, the budget, healthcare subsidies, and more. And when anchor Harris Faulkner fell back on the same talking points as Johnson, things went way off the rails. Now, this is a long clip, so make sure to watch the whole thing.
I think it should really be referred to as the Republicant Party, because all they talk about is what they can't do. They can't reopen the government. They can't find a way to feed poor people.
Wait a minute. You do understand that they gave a House passed, and you know one of the hardest places on the planet to get something passed is in the House, because there are so many more members, and many of them have races at different times, and I mean, it can get complicated there. They passed a continuing resolution, much like the Democrats have done, and Republicans have voted to support those resolutions north of a dozen times with Chuck Schumer at the helm of Democrats. But that's not what the Democrats are willing to do this time around.
But Republicans really, they control all three branches of government. They own the shutdown. There's no question about it. And as far as immigration goes, I have a friend who is in the process of legally becoming a U.S. citizen. Mm-hmm. He has filed the right paperwork. He has gone to all the appointments. He's done everything he has to do. He is so terrified of being picked up and thrown in detention by ICE that he is basically just going back to Brazil. Yep. That is not where we should be. And this plays into the affordability crisis. This city and all cities and all parts of the American economy run on the kinds of typically cheaper labor that immigrants provide to us. The prices of everything go up when the labor prices go up. And we are removing a really important part of the pathway to becoming part of this country when we terrify communities of immigrants. We should be doing it.
What's so interesting about this gathering today, we have really, really diverse thought on this panel today. We're blessed with that. We've got some independents. We don't know which way you guys are going to go on which issue. But I want to make sure that we're sticking with the facts here. This is in Democrats' hands. And we don't have the ability to have the facts driven by our freedoms. I mean, by our feelings, forgive me, by our feelings. And so if Democrats step in and give this, they still have a little bit of time before that original document even runs out. I mean, you think people are hurting now, let it go till Christmas. Like, it's time for them to step up. And if you want to see them be those adults in the room, maybe they could choose now.
But if they step up, then we lose health care. And that's a death
dealing policy. You're not going to lose health care. Health care was going up on its own.
For millions of people, we will.
So first and foremost, I do not think that that is a genuine argument, simply because their argument is that they want to pass a clean budget reconciliation bill. The last time that happened was in 2012. That's not a real thing that happens. This is a body that's designed for compromise. As someone who worked on the Hill, we have to be communicating. You don't just get to say, I passed this bill and we're going to go into recess and never come back.
Let me ask you this.
Because we want to fight this argument.
So Democrats now have done what you've said. Okay? And they came to the table, they said, look, we want to talk about health care. And one of the sticking points in there are the millions of dollars that we know go to those illegal aliens. And look, Dan, you bring up that some of them are here and they're waiting for their paperwork. Well, how long have they been here?
That is
and
not
that's
true.
what the government, but let me ask you. So if that's part of the mix and you know you've got Republicans to agree to get to that issue right away, why not open the government now and get the foot off the necks of people who are hungry? 42 million of them. Can you defend starving people out? And by the way, it'll take at least until Wednesday for the president to fund after they go through protocols. 48, 72 more hours? Go ahead, defend that.
Okay, so first of all, the Affordable Care Act specifically does not provide funding to people who are not here and legally here for citizenship. It specifically says that in the actual law.
And you don't think that that's happening? Okay. And so the anecdotal
wait. So if that's the case,
confirmations
then, right,
of that don't count.
If that's the case, right, then that's where the DOJ is supposed to bring charges against whoever is doing that. Now, on top of that, using this, because the government could, the president could have allocated funds to continue SNAP. There was money that has been put aside for this that he did.
Well, that's what he's talking about right now. And the earliest that I understand it can be paid is Wednesday.
He could have already done it. He deleted it from the website.
Damn, even hand-picked voters on Fox News aren't standing for this crap anymore. And who can blame them? Like I said, the gaslighting by the right is out of control. It's a miracle we haven't all asphyxiated. And yes, the Republicans, namely Trump and Johnson, are responsible for this shutdown. They are responsible for healthcare costs skyrocketing. They are responsible for rising prices and inflation. They are responsible for the budget impasse and the shutdown, not to mention a host of other problems now plaguing the nation. And they are responsible for the foul sulfuric stench now engulfing the nation. On the other hand, if Johnson, Trump, Fox, and the like all put out this level of methane, maybe we can use them to solve the energy crisis. Unlimited gas bags. I'm David Reddish. This is Occupy Democrats.